The big difference between a workers' co-op and a regular established business that most people are familiar with is in a workers' co-op, the decisions are made by the team.
Being part of Co-Operative, it just gives you a chance to actually put your ethics and quality and the environment and people first. I know all these big businesses say they do that, but they really don't.
I didn't know anything about co-ops. I didn't even hear the term as a form of business. And I think that's an area that's lacking in our society that definitely needs to be addressed.
Workers' co-ops have a way to revise where our money and decision-making fall in our society. What would it look like if our capitalist structure were altered and redesigned?
It's great because when you're part of a workers' co-op, you're also the owner, right? You're a worker and you're an owner, and they're equal roles, and everyone is relatively equal within the co-op. And that's very different, especially for large corporations that have massive hierarchical structures, which tend to be command and control. Here, everything is a lot more democratic, a lot more purposeful, a lot more honest, and a lot more open.
I think workers' co-ops and co-ops in general are a bit of an antidote to the trend that we're seeing of large mega corporations, global corporations which don't have any investment in their communities. As soon as the advantages of being in a community, whether those are tax advantages or whatever, disappear, well, they're going to move. You know, that's why we see manufacturing moving to other countries or other jurisdictions, whereas cooperatives are based in communities, and so I think that's probably the biggest value that they bring is they bring things back to where people live.
Management are the workers, so there's no one who is deciding for everyone else what's going to happen. I mean, we do have project leads. So a person might be in charge of a project, but basically we all make the decisions for the co-op about where we're going to invest our money, how we're going to buy equipment, in what order, which jobs we're going to take on quite often, how we want to evolve the business. We all get to decide that as a group, so it's pretty democratic that way.
The other thing that we have done is we reach out to other community groups that have wanted to put community projects together, and so they come to us, they see us as a cooperative that wants to work with them, and we provide them with guidance and assistance in putting community projects together. So the cooperatives have that ability to work in cooperation with other ones where an individual business is looking at its own self-interest. And I think that's one of the biggest impacts cooperatives can have, is that they're giving back to the community more than just taking for themselves.
I think in this day and age, co-ops are really provide a really good structure and a really good outlet for a lot of people to set up businesses and work together cooperatively, both within the business, if you're setting up a workers' co-op, but also to service society and service the community, have meaningful employment, and be able to give back to the community and be supported by communities. So I'd say check it out. It might work for you.
Working together, working as a group is important. Propagating the co-op movement. It's just basically fighting your programming. I would just say if you want to change the world, you know, hire a co-op, bank at a credit union, join a cooperative movement. That's the only way things are going to change.